What usually is like the extra stuff that the people are requesting?
It could be like, like period panties or extra days to like wear them or have sex in them or come in them or pee on them or things like that.
Welcome back to Other People's Lives. I'm Joe Santagato.
I'm Greg Dybec.
For anyone out there that would like to be a guest on our show, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our email is oplpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your story and we'll get back to you.
Today's episode is definitely going to be an interesting one. I honestly don't even exactly know how to intro this, but someone reached out to us and they talked about the things that they sell to other people. And I'm just going to read a line to kind of give everyone a sense of what we're talking about today and why we immediately said yes to doing this episode. She wrote, "I've been selling everything from my used toilet paper, spit, and hair to panties, pants, and shoes since I was 18. I would love the opportunity to share my stories, maybe answer any questions you would have." When you read a sentence like that, you say, yes, please come on our show because we have a lot of questions. So we've got the guests on the line, and thanks so much for being on today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So is there a name for all of this? Like what you do? And I guess, can you just describe, what this is and how you got into this exactly?
I don't really think there is a name for it. It's just kind of like fetish items, I guess you could say. I got into it because I just like wanted a little like side hustle or like something to make money from. But after I started actually selling these things, I realized how much I enjoyed selling them. So it's not like a kink thing for me, and it's also not just for the money.
Okay. And when you decided that you wanted to get into this, what were you selling at first?
Mostly just panties. That was it.
Okay. Which is where we have experience in this field. We've spoken to someone who sells their panties, and we've heard some stories. Like, I know bloody panties go for extra. I know Joe loves telling people the story of how, didn't the woman tell us, like, she would get requests to get a yeast infection and then send those panties. So we definitely understand, I guess, the layers of that world. This is interesting because you reached out and listed so many different things that I don't even think we realized were fetishes. But I guess before we get into all those details, so you're young, you want to make some extra money. Awesome. How do you begin something like this? Is it like a website, or, how do you find buyers for your panties?
At first, I looked around at different websites, and then I went to Reddit, and then I went to Instagram, and then I found one website that I actually really liked, and I just have stuck with that, and I've hopped between there and Reddit for a little while.
Okay. And then what do you usually sell like your panties for, or what did you start at, and did it go up?
I started around, I feel like a lot of people when they start, they don't know how to price things. They feel like they definitely cheap themselves out. So I started selling panties at like $15 for like a day. And now it's up to 25, but they actually like never go for 25. It's always extra with all the extra things that people want.
Okay.
So like just a pair that you've worn before, or a pair, like they have to be like worn?
Yeah, just worn.
And then the extra stuff is what usually is like the extra stuff that the people are requesting.
It could be like, like period panties or extra days to like wear them or have sex in them or come in them or pee on them or things like that.
Yes,
Got it.
Naturally. So we're on this. Are we allowed to say this website name, or do you not want us to?
I don't really want you to. I don't want like my friends and my family know about it, but they don't know the website. So I don't want to put that out there.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. So we won't say anything about what the site is, but I guess we could describe a little bit of what we're seeing because we're on it. And I just clicked into one of your listings, and everything you just said, it's like a day without a shower is an extra $10. Lemonade is $10 to $15. Does that mean pee?
Yeah.
Okay, figure.
You have to use code words.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so you were pretty young when you started this. You kind of found this site, you liked it. I guess did you just post and find some buyers immediately and you were like, whoa, like this is working and I'm making good money?
Not immediately. It actually took me a little bit of time because I definitely feel like if everything isn't perfect, it's not good enough. So I would go back and forth between posting things and then deleting everything and deleting my account and then posting more things. And eventually I just like got over that fear that it wasn't good enough. And I realized that these guys don't care. They don't care.
That's fair. I see from your profile, you offer like a lot of different things. What are like the top 3 biggest sellers usually?
Definitely panties. Those are my definite like top all the time, every month. Like I'm literally booked out right now. And then after that is socks. And then after that would be like shorts or leggings or tights.
Okay. What do you mean you're booked out? Like you can't even keep enough panties in stock?
And no, like I'm not available to wear anything until next month.
Oh, because it's like the whole day.
Yeah.
That you have to wear it. Got it.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's impressive, I would say.
Also admirable because some people would be like, well, I'm just going to wear it too in one day and like make this money. But
you're not lying to your customers. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was, I guess, the first moment that you realized, you're making good money and that you would, I guess, continue doing this? I think you said that, you kind of want to see what it was like for some quick cash, but did this quickly become like, whoa, this is sort of my business now?
Yeah. I feel like it was a couple like weeks after I had made this account and kept with the account that I had woken up to like $250. And I was like, okay, we're going to keep doing this. Like, I can't not do this anymore.
I mean,
yeah. And and you've been doing it for like 2 years, you said. Now, is this something that, is like a really good moneymaker for you? Or is it just good for like, side money? Or is this something you're kind of doing full time?
It's really not good money. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
It's not. I make enough to have money to spend on things other than bills.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of the side hustle most people are looking for, to be honest. And if you're able to achieve that, yeah. So you don't have to answer what this is, but you have like a full-time job as well?
Yeah.
And do people at that job know you do this or no?
A couple of them, just when it comes up in conversation, like if, I don't know how that would come up in conversation, but depending on the context, I just kind of put it out there because like, your feet kind of stink after a couple of days of wearing the same socks. And I'm like, hey, like, don't mention the smell because I'm making money from it.
You say that to people?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what is usually the reaction when you tell people like, yeah, I'm actually selling these socks online to men who are into that?
A lot of people think it's really funny. But yeah.
That's good that you've gotten that reaction. But I'm curious then where this sort of started taking a turn from, just panties. Like, so understood that that's kind of the bread and butter, the main seller. But when you reached out, you said everything from used toilet paper to spit to hair. Like, when did it start to change from just the typical panty request and start entering this new territory?
Mostly when people like buyers that I would trust over time would start requesting different things. that's when I became more like open to the idea of doing different things. So one of my first like panty buyers asked me to send him a little like jar bottle thing of both urine and spit. And I was like, okay, how much are you going to pay me for it? And it just went off from there.
So you were kind of open to doing more than just panties from the beginning, I guess.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
And I mean, the thing that kind of sticks out in my mind is someone requested used toilet paper.
Yeah.
How do you go about even packaging that, and like, what do you how do you know how to what to charge for that?
I would charge. I don't know. I just kind of like put a price out there, and they're like, okay, like they don't really care about the price; they just want the item. But
Right.
for packaging, I have a vacuum sealer, so I vacuum seal everything.
Uh-huh.
So for packaging that, I would just put it in like a Ziploc bag and then put it in a vacuum sealer.
Okay. And then just drop it off at the post office and no one has to know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, in your email, it says that men ask to send their own feces to eat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They want you to eat their feces.
Yeah. They want me to take a video of me eating it. And it's the same thing with like jars of cum. They want that too. But that's like, I don't do that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And do they ever say like what they're willing to pay for something like that? Like I don't even know what that amount would be.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever like given me a price. But
You should ask one day, just see how high you can get someone.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah.
But also then you would have to eat a bunch of feces, which would be a tough one. But
oh yeah, no thanks.
Okay, wow. So that answers my question of you do have limits, since it seems like you're getting all these different requests. But I guess what are some of the other memorable items that you have, delivered to people?
I would definitely say the one that like sticks out in my mind the most is this guy wanted me to have sex with my boyfriend while I was wearing tights, and then him come on the feet of the tights. That one, like, I feel like I'm almost traumatized by it because my boyfriend's not into that.
Did you do this?
Yeah, we did it.
so, okay, so you say he's not into this. What do you mean by not into this? Like the whole idea of you selling this stuff? Is that what you're referring to?
No, like he just doesn't like want to know that people are like eating his cum, I guess.
Oh.
But they are.
Oh, is that what they are saying?
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Guess yeah.
I
When
can see how
you
the-
let that sink in.
Yeah, that is kind
Yeah.
of a little strange, I guess. How does he feel overall about all of this? He just, did you meet him before you started doing this or after?
After, but it wasn't like a huge part of my life until I was with him for a little while. But he's always been fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just how did you drop this information on him?
I don't know. I was just kind of like, hey, I'm selling my panties. Like, I'm making good money from this. And he was like, oh, wow, I'm so proud of you.
All right. It's a nice guy.
And also
Supportive.
before you said your family knows, like what do your parents kind of think, or your family in general?
My dad really thinks it's funny. He thinks it's hilarious. Socks for Christmas to sell.
He said what for
And
Christmas?
He bought me socks.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah.
inventory.
Did he have your boyfriend come on them first or?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So your
Wow.
parents are pretty supportive. They're just like, yeah, do your thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So you've managed to work with people, have a family and a relationship with all people who seem super open to what you're doing, which is great. But have you ever received, I guess, anything like just negative or judgmental from anyone in your life about this?
I mean, not really. there's definitely been people that are like, okay, that's a little weird. Like, can you not talk about that? And that's fine with me. But yeah, I've never had anything like super negative.
And do you plan on like, kind of keeping this up and doing it forever just because it's good side money? And is there any plans to like venture off into something else?
I'm actually not sure. Like, I kind of want to like expand. Like, I want to find new things that I could potentially like sell. But at this point, it's getting pretty hard when I've already sold everything that, I mean, a normal person could think of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like how do you come up with new concepts, I guess? Like, so what are some of, I guess, the others? I know in the email, let me pull it up. You wrote, toothbrushes. That's an interesting one. That one's so like intimate for some reason. And like, what is the person doing? Are they brushing their teeth with your toothbrush?
I actually have no idea, but there are people who are specifically into trash. Like, I have one buyer who's consistently bought from me for a while, and he calls me the trash princess, and he's the one that buys the most amount of stuff, like use bar soaps, use razors, the Q-tips. He definitely has bought the most amount of like toothbrushes.
Wow.
Q-tips.
Yeah, he wants them used.
Yeah.
I was just scrolling through your profile and I saw that you posted an old smelly loofah. That's creative.
Oh yeah, we got to get rid of that thing, but I'm not throwing it away if I can make money off.
Oh, you haven't sold it yet. Oh, this
No,
was
not
5
yet.
days ago. Oh, okay. Maybe should OPL buy it as a write-off?
I don't know.
Just to help you. Okay, and I saw razor blades in there. That's wild. Wow. I guess, do you have anything else in mind that you haven't listed yet? Like any kind of creative ideas? Or are you are you stuck?
I'm kind of stuck right now. Like, I went on a spree. I posted almost like 100 and something listings all at once. And I've just been like blanked out ever since. Like, I can't think of anything.
Jeez.
What about soap? Like a bar of soap?
She said that.
Oh,
I think,
shit.
right? Did you?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, okay.
Nice
Never
try.
mind. Yeah, I thought I had a good idea there for a second, but
What about, I want to help with ideas now.
I know, right?
Ooh, what if, when people like stub their toe bad and their toenail falls off, you could sell that for like a pretty penny.
I've definitely sold nails before.
Yeah, I guess you could just clip your nails.
Yeah, clip nails and the acrylic nails once they fall off.
True. You could pull
That's
out
so
your
interesting.
eyelashes, individual eyelashes.
I do find it interesting that like we've talked to people and of people and there's these sites that are very big and people have very niche requests, and the idea that someone has paid money for fingernails and they're just like in a bag in their nightstand or something is
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder how many people out there are actually like what the user base is of buyers in this market, because it is interesting to see. And every time we talk to someone who does something similar to this, there are very strange requests that we would have never kind of thought of. And I guess that's kind of, interesting. I don't know, but it seems like you've kind of sold everything that you can. And it's just about but how do you find an audience? Are you just posting on this site and people just randomly find it, or do you have to like go on Reddit or like Twitter or something and try to like under a anonymous name or whatever, like try to like gain more buyers, or is it just through the site?
The site itself is a really good community. Like, all of the buyers know all of the sellers, and it seems really big, but it's actually not that big. All of the sellers are really kind to each other. We give each other shout outs, things like that. So most of it is through the site, but I've also had people come off of Reddit and join the site, or come off of Reddit and just buy things from me through there. But most of my buyers do come from that site.
Oh, so other like sellers will kind of like help each other out. It's like a community.
That's cool. What's your kind of takeaway with some of the customers that you've dealt with? Like, what's your take on some of these fetishes or, you know, these super niche things? Like, do you ever have more in-depth conversations with them, or have you gotten to know any of these people where they've kind of maybe explained the reason behind some of their interests?
I've definitely developed some friendships with a few of my buyers, but I haven't really talked to them about like the fetish. Like I will charge people to talk kink or fetish with me.
Yeah.
So we don't really, I don't really talk about that kind of stuff, but I have made friends with some of the buyers.
It's very interesting how some of those relationships form, because we've heard that before too. And like, do you have any cases where people just want to talk to you like as if you're just their friend, like just about their life? Yeah, we always hear that too when we've talked to, you know, people across like different types of sex work and stuff, where it's just like, oh yeah, I have this one client and he pays me, you know, $1,000 an hour, and he just wants to sit there and tell me about his day, or, you know, or maybe there's like this element of loneliness or companionship or something behind it.
Yeah, right now I have a buyer who talks to me pretty much all day, every day. We just talk about our days and what we're doing and what we're planning. And whenever I ask him for anything, he'll send me money for it. So I'm not complaining.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, why would you at that point? Do you usually see when people are purchasing things, is it new buyers all the time, or is it a lot of people who have bought something already and now they're just buying another thing, like repeat customers?
Yeah. What's your repeat customer rate, as you say in the industry?
Yeah.
Honestly, it depends on the time of the year, the time of the month, and the time of the week. The most new buyers will come in on the weekends or like Monday, Tuesday, right after the paycheck hits. And then the repeat buyers will buy at least 2-3 times a month, every single month, no matter what.
Wow.
Especially when the holidays roll around, like December, January, it's rough out there. The only buyers you're getting are repeat buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Do you think that a lot of the buyers are married or in relationships and sort of hiding this part of their lives?
Oh yeah, they definitely are. Yeah.
Okay. I figured.
How do you hide that?
How do you hide someone's fingernails in jars of pee? I don't know. Also, do you feel like when you do something like that, like panties, it's like you can ship off an item, but knowing someone has like your hair and fingernails and stuff like somewhere near them or on them, like, is that weird that they have like a piece of you, or do you just not think into it that much?
I really don't think about it that much. I don't like asking what they do with them either. So yeah, after it's out of my hands, I don't think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like just do with it what you want, but don't really include me in all that.
I thought of one thing. Have you sold boogers?
No, because I live in the desert and it's way too dry to get any.
You don't have any boogers. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll email you if I think of anything else.
Okay.
Because now like my mind's racing, but this is hard.
But this is hard. Yeah, Greg's gonna have a whole doc of ideas for you.
Yeah. I've definitely sold like used tissues before, but never like big old like bugs. So
big old bugs, yeah. Okay.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you kind of have a grip on the market here and like have sold pretty much anything. Do you see like steady growth as well? Like, is it like you get like a new?
Why is this like? Why are you interviewing her like at Shark Tank all of a sudden?
I don't know.
You're getting very like businessy.
I'm curious. I'm curious if like
can we acquire your company?
No, I'm curious if like you see a new buyer and they just kind of stick around, and then it becomes like eventually this. Like, is there any hope that one day this could just be the thing that you do full time? Like, is there some sort of growth in that way? That was my question.
Oh, I've actually been thinking about that a lot more recently because I'm tired of working. So, but I don't know. I think I do need to like expand or like find new ideas or concepts before like anything like that could happen, or maybe even go to new sites or something.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of thoughts about expansion now. This has happened many episodes before where we get so businessy about this. We're like drawing out marketing expansion plans.
Yeah.
We'll talk though. We'll talk on the side. But no, yeah, this is really cool to hear, and we appreciate you being so open and just the lighthearted approach to all of it that you have. And honestly, I've also been skimming some of your reviews during this conversation, and you have a 5-star rating. These reviews are stellar. People they think you're incredible. They really enjoy your scent. They enjoy your sweetheart. They like the way you taste, the way you smell. A little creepy, but these are great reviews. So keep up the good work. The people are happy.
Thank you. When I don't make a sale in a while, I go back and read those, and they make me feel better.
Joe does that with YouTube comments every night. So.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time and talking to us. This has been very eye-opening and interesting. So yeah, thank you for being so open and honest and cool about it.
Of course. Thank you for having me on the show, I guess.
Yeah. No, thanks for writing in, and have a good one, and good luck with everything.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
This is a public service announcement. Manscaped now has beard products and a brand new nose and ear hair trimmer. If you haven't already heard, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming are traveling north of your South Pole with their revolutionary Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Plus, they've now launched the brand new Weed Whacker 2.0, which confirms they have all of the best tools for your hygiene toolbox. It's time to upgrade your toolbox by going to manscaped.com, using our code OPL for 20% off plus free shipping. Guys, seriously, I've been using Manscaped for years. They keep me right. They keep me trim. No more cuts or nicks or anything like that. So when I found out that they have beard products now and a beard trimmer, I was super excited because, I know this thing, it looks nice, but honestly, I don't really know how to maintain this. And before Manscaped came out with this, was using just like a normal little razor, and I'd always just like mess up, and then I'd have like a carve out here, and honestly, it was terrible. But the Beard Hedger is an elite beard trimmer. It's tough on hair, but smooth on the face, leading to single stroke efficiency that brings satisfaction one stroke at a time. That sounds dirty, but it is true. They also have beard shampoo, conditioner, beard oil, beard balm. This thing's amazing. And the brand new Weed Whacker 2.0 offers improved blades and skin-safe technology with no tugging guaranteed. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. So it's never been so painless to mind your manholes, as they say. So your significant other will be delighted that you are covering all bases, if you know what I mean. Seriously, from now, as they put it, the South Pole up to the North Pole, Manscaped has you covered. So get 20% off and free shipping with our code OPL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code OPL. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Well, there it is. Just you could sell anything. You could just sell anything in this world, 100%. I did not think there was a lot of items in this email that I did not think anyone would ever buy. Razor blades, Q-tips.
Yeah,
those are new ones. I didn't know about that. We knew about the panties, but I don't know Q-tips. I don't know who's buying that.
Yeah, panties are child play compared to some of these items. So. It's cool. Good for her. To be honest, I feel like she could do this full time if she like really decided that she wanted to, and expanded to other platforms, and maybe even sought out some customers.
Us as advisors, then
she just really gave us 20%.
We could corner the market.
We have contacts at Walmart. We could make this happen. Cool. But yeah, no, that really fun. And hey, good for her. And I guess shout out to everyone buying those items. And
Yeah, it is
know
interesting
what
to
you're doing
see
with
that.
them.
It's funny that like, you know, we sit here and we're going like, oh, that's such a weird thing to like buy through the internet. But the fact that like there's multiple websites that exist this way with, and some people are making such a killing doing it that like the market is probably way bigger than you think. So it's probably not actually that strange to do something like this because so many people are doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like, isn't that interesting to think about? Like, for whatever reason, like anyone you know with like an OnlyFans or, you know, whatever, if you talk to them or I've seen interviews of people and they're just like, yeah, men have requested this and that's like every single time there's any sort of like sex work involved or whatever, and you can be anonymous, people are asking for very strange things.
Yeah.
So maybe that means that they aren't strange.
That's
All
deep.
right?
That's
You
deep.
know what I mean? If everyone's asking for it, is it actually weird? Is it actually strange? Is it not you? Is it, you know?
Do we all have like want someone's fingernails and we're just not
That's what I'm
admitting
saying.
it to ourselves?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at you right now. I don't know. Maybe you have fingernails in that nightstand. I don't know, but I'll never know. You know what I mean?
You'll never know. It's weird. No one will
I
ever
could have
know.
a Q-tip in my house that doesn't belong to me. You know what I mean? I could have that technically, but we'll never know.
Well,
It's interesting.
It's
Just
very
something to think
interesting. It is something to think about. That's a great takeaway from this episode.
Yeah. For anyone out there that wants to be on our show, don't hesitate to reach out. The email is oplpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your story and we will get back to you.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, bunch of clips, things like that. At OPL Podcast is the handle on both. And that is all.
See you guys next time.